A $500 million yacht sounds excessive, until you discover the second vessel, hidden crew, and millions it takes just to keep moving. Koru is reported to be one of the world's largest sailing yachts, measuring about 417 feet and built by Oceanco. Before it became a billionaire symbol, Koru was known as Project Y721, inside a Dutch shipbuilding world built on secrecy. Its exterior design came from Dijkstra Naval Architects, with naval architecture involving Dijkstra and lateral naval architects. Unlike many billionaire motor yachts, Koru chose the romance of a three-masted schooner, classic, theatrical, and impossible to ignore. Boat International lists Koru at 125.82 meters, with a 17.2-meter beam and 3,493 gross tonnage. Reported amenities include teak decks, outdoor lounging areas, 3 jacuzzis, and a swimming pool built for private ocean living. Koru's interiors are credited to Mlinaric, Henry, and Zervadaci, with space for 18 guests in 9 staterooms. This is not hotel luxury. It is movable privacy, designed to host only a few people behind a wall of ocean. On a yacht like this, dinner is never just dinner. It can be privacy, diplomacy, celebration, and influence in one room. Koru does not travel alone. Its support vessel, Abiona, follows with helipad, hangar, crew space, and extra equipment. Abiona is reported at about 246 feet, with a helipad, hangar, tenders, water toys, and crew accommodation. The support vessel carries the system that makes that image possible. Behind every glamorous anchorage are routes, weather windows, maritime rules, fuel planning, provisioning, security, and crew coordination. Koru can accommodate 40 crew members according to Boat International, an entire staff quietly preserving the illusion of effortlessness. Superyacht crews live inside a strange balance: invisible service, intense professionalism, and the pressure of billion-dollar expectations. In Rotterdam, Koru became controversial after reports suggested the historic De Hef Bridge might be dismantled for passage. The bridge plan was eventually cancelled, and the yacht was reportedly moved without its towering masts in place. That moment changed Koru's story. It was no longer only a yacht, it became a symbol of wealth meeting public resistance. The name Koru comes from Maori language, often associated with a loop, coil, and the idea of new beginnings. For Bezos, the name gives the vessel emotional meaning beyond size, a floating emblem of reinvention, movement, and private life. Its figurehead sparked rumors, but Lauren Sanchez clarified it represents Freya, the Norse goddess, not herself. Since delivery in 2023, Koru has been photographed around elite destinations, including the Mediterranean and the Caribbean. A yacht promises privacy, but at this scale, privacy becomes a performance watched from shore, helicopters, boats, and cameras. Inside, the richest detail may not be marble or champagne. It is the ability to disappear without truly leaving the world. Hidden costs begin with the ordinary: food, flowers, linen, spare parts, tenders, fuel, docking, and specialized maintenance. Koru has sails, but Boat International also lists 2 MTU diesel engines, with cruising speed around 15 knots. At full visual power, Koru feels less like a vehicle, and more like a private cathedral moving across water. A sailing yacht of this scale is romantic from a distance, but it demands serious crew skill and constant attention. The hidden truth is that Bezos' yacht life is not one vessel. It is a small private fleet. Superyacht ownership includes berthing fees, insurance, registrations, inspections, refits, crew salaries, and technical compliance across countries. In places like Monaco or the French Riviera, a yacht is not just transport, it is status architecture on water. Saltwater attacks luxury every day. Teak, steel, glass, paint, engines, and electronics all require endless care. Below the lounges and guest suites, Koru is still a ship, mechanical, regulated, vulnerable, and expensive to keep safe. Koru has been seen in Caribbean destinations, where privacy depends on distance, logistics, and carefully controlled movement. The yacht is only one layer. Tenders, cars, helicopters, villas, and private docks complete the invisible travel chain. Abina's helipad turns the yacht lifestyle into an aviation lifestyle, shortening distances that ordinary travelers experience as hours. At this level, safety and privacy are not assumptions. They are staffed, monitored, scheduled, and paid for continuously. Business Insider reported Koru has hosted high-profile gatherings involving Bezos, Lauren Sanchez, and their powerful social circle. For billionaires, privacy is not isolation. It is choosing exactly who enters the room and who never gets close. The ocean does not care about net worth. Weather can turn a floating palace into a demanding maritime operation. The annual cost of operating Koru and Abina together has been estimated around $30 million. Refits, inspections, paint, engines, electronics, rigging, and safety systems can turn maintenance into a permanent financial current. Those iconic masts are not decoration. They bring beauty, complexity, inspection schedules, specialist labor, and serious operational responsibility. Behind every spotless guest suite is an entire hospitality machine working in tighter spaces than guests ever see. A private yacht kitchen must perform like a fine restaurant while moving across oceans, time zones, and changing supply lines. The richer the guest experience appears, the more disciplined the schedule behind it usually becomes. Koru became more than a yacht because people watched it as evidence of what 21st century wealth looks like. The yacht's reported price is stunning, but the bigger story is what it says about status after Amazon. Koru exists because of a business empire that turned logistics, scale, and speed into one of history's greatest fortunes. The most powerful luxury stories often reveal the owner indirectly through objects, choices, routes, and the people allowed on board. Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's 2025 Venice wedding kept Koru in the global luxury conversation, even amid local scrutiny. At this level, celebration becomes production. Venues, staff, security, boats, timing, privacy management, and international attention. By sunrise, the party disappears. The crew resets the yacht, and luxury returns to silence. The support vessel is the clearest visual proof that true superyacht luxury requires more than the yacht itself. A yacht can roam globally, but it is still bound by flag states, maritime law, classification, customs, and inspections. Boat International lists Koru under the Cayman Islands flag, a common registry in the superyacht world. Every mile leaves a wake, not only in water, but in cost, labor, attention, and symbolism. At this scale, even docking becomes complicated. Size itself becomes both privilege and logistical problem. Moving a superyacht is not spontaneous. It is a calculated operation across ports, weather systems, crew rotations, and guest schedules. Crew members rotate, travel, train, rest, and return. A floating palace still depends on human stamina. While guests sleep, the bridge remains alert. Luxury does not remove responsibility. It simply moves it to professionals. Each morning, the yacht must become perfect again, as if salt, wind, and yesterday never happened. The hidden costs are not one bill. They are an ecosystem: people, machines, fuel, ports, food, security, and time. Koru borrows from old maritime romance, but its owner belongs to the age of platforms, data, and global commerce. The yacht is not separate from Bezos' story. It reflects scale, control, mobility, and the private rewards of empire. Extreme privacy has a strange emotional shape. It can feel like freedom, but also like distance from ordinary life. The sea softens the image, but it never softens the economics. Every quiet moment is being maintained. From far away, it is breathtaking. Up close, it is a machine of wealth, labor, secrecy, and constant movement. A $500 million yacht can buy distance, beauty, speed, and privacy. It cannot make any of them simple. The untold story is not only what Bezos owns, it is everything required to make ownership feel effortless. Every departure resets the equation: route, crew, weather, fuel, privacy, maintenance, and another destination waiting beyond the horizon. Koru is beautiful because it moves. It is controversial because everyone understands what that movement represents. The yacht is the headline. The hidden cost is the system: fuel, people, protection, repairs, and relentless coordination. Jeff Bezos' $500 million yacht is not just luxury. It is a floating portrait of power, privacy, and everything wealth demands.